Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. All right, welcome to Mornings of Lone Star on Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com worldwide, and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you're hearing my voice, this is Dick because we are live, and I have a lot of people in the studio. We have several organizations and certain and special leaders in the community. So I'm really excited to talk to all this. I guess we call it a round table, or we can call it whatever the hell we want. But let's start with, to my left, we got JoJo, right? Is that you? You're
yes,
JoJo,
that's
right?
me. Wait, hold on. Check my name tag. Yes, hey. Hey, y'all. I'm JoJo. I own the Net Level Up Networking, and then I also co-own Affordable Air Repair with my husband.
So Affordable Air Repair.
Yeah.
Is that like
AC?
Oh, okay. I thought you were cleaning the air.
Well, actually, yes, we do that.
Like they
For, like,
capture the
stuff.
carbon and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the technology, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, so JoJo, we got Net Level, and you also want to remind everybody there's going to be links below for all these businesses. So if you're interested in learning more about the specific business, it's going to be all right there. All right, Larry.
Awesome. Larry Hunter here. Super excited this morning to be invited to this morning mingle.
Is that what you want to call it?
I love
morning
it.
mingle?
I love the morning mingle.
Love that. Coined.
So I own 209 Photo Booth Company. We are based here in the Woodlands, Montgomery County area, providing engaging and interactive photo booth experiences for corporate, nonprofit, and private events.
Yeah, photo booths are pretty dang creative these days.
Absolutely.
And they're fun.
And we've done over 400 events, and not a single event has been the same. So just really love the memories that we help create and make and capture. And
it's very true, because it's funny you are with that business, because the other day I was in Austin, and everyone has phones, but we don't take pictures of each other. But then we went to a karaoke place, and they had a photo booth. A really cool one, kind of like similar to what you guys do. And I was like, can we buy these? Even though we have our own phones, we can do our own photos, but like that memory that booth created was special to me. And I was
Absolutely.
And I kind of laughed at myself, like, look how stupid we are. We're just spending money on, we have the device in our hand, but it was worth it. So that's cool. All right, Larry, next is Chad. I call it Chad.
Yes. Did you say Chad?
Chad.
Okay.
I'm making it fancy.
So, yes, I'm Shay Sims. I am with Hyatt Regency Conroe. I'm a sales manager there. I'm also co-chair of Hyatt Black, and I just recently became the volunteer coordinator for GLAD Foundation. So.
Awesome. Congratulations, Shay.
And that means you keep looking over here. Mm-hmm. So GLAD Foundation has a name.
Yes.
Introduce yourself. You can talk.
Yes.
So I am Velvet Dove. I am the founder of GLAD Foundation. It started back in 2014. This year is our 10th anniversary, and we help send kids with bleeding disorders to camp.
Okay. That's a lot to unpack right there. So bleeding disorder is just a day-to-day thing, and then there's special camps for them?
Yeah, so these kids have either hemophilia, von Willebrand's, and they go to these camps that are located all over the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
There's 49 camps as of now that we help send the kids to these camps if need be, because they need nursing services on site. So if their children happen to fall or anything like that, they can be treated.
Now, is there like a qualification for a camp to be the special kind of camp, or do they actually build these camps specifically for kids that have this?
There's a lot of them that are built for special needs and bleeding disorders, all the disabilities out there, and they can go to these camps.
Okay, so there's like a certain qualification or a certain requirement.
Yes.
Okay, because I used to go to summer camp, and we definitely didn't have that because I got injured every year, and they didn't care. So I had some wild. That was kind of the ongoing joke with my mom. It's like you always get her like 4 days before we come pick you up.
That's so funny.
Yeah, like I cracked my ribs one year,
Oh, no.
and then basically tore open my knee off a dirt bike one year. My brother got a, what do you call it, the kickstand through his leg.
Oh.
So that was cool.
Sure. Yeah.
And then one year I got bit by a brown recluse. That was cool.
No.
But it was always like 4 days
That's
before
not
I got
cool.
picked up. So I'm on like every time I was like in crutches or something. It's just
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
Souvenir.
Just having the time of my life, Mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Boys. I'm a boy
Seriously.
mom. Boys.
yeah, it was a boys' camp. It was a cowboy camp. So we're outside doing stupid stuff all the time. So, but I guess they would not qualify for bleeders.
Well, that's why we want to send these kids to these camps, is so they can actually be a kid.
Yeah.
And do stupid stuff like you
Yeah.
did.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
get treated when they need it.
That's really interesting because there's so many aspects of growing up that, especially a kid, would you call it a disability?
No, we call it a disorder.
A disorder?
Yes.
So like with kids with disorders, you don't really realize they miss out on the little things that I would say, quote, a normal kid does on the on like a natural basis.
Yeah, like if you look at a play park and you see all these kids running
Yeah.
around having fun, falling down and stuff. Well, picture yourself looking at this play park from the inside of your house because your parents are too scared to let you go and play.
I would hate that
Exactly.
because I want to
so-
play hockey. I want to hit things.
Yes, and I want to pay it forward to these kids because not only did my father have hemophilia, which the whole organization started in honor of him, but now it's in memory of him, but my son and my nephews all have bleeding disorders, and they all went to these camps, so I want to pay it forward.
Yeah. Okay. Do they like the camps though? That's the
They
most
love
important
the
part.
camps.
Okay, good.
So the
'Cause-
camps go from 7 all the way up to 17.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
they can become counselors.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
Oh, and I love they get to become counselors.
If they
That
want
is
to,
so
yes.
cool.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I was a counselor.
I was too.
At the same camp.
That
yeah.
explains so much.
Memory.
Yeah.
That's when I had my first
Same.
beer.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. 17?
No, I think I was 15.
18, 15.
14.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about right.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
That's where I learned how to weld.
Really?
I did some,
Very
I did
cool.
some wild
That's
stuff.
one of my. That's on my bucket list.
Oh, yeah?
How to weld?
Yeah.
Come to my office.
Really?
Yeah.
JoJo,
I'm
don't tell me
serious.
that
We
because
taught,
I will be
taught
there.
our office manager how to weld
I
like
will
a
be
couple
there.
months ago. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a lesson. I actually, yeah, I had a lesson before, so yeah.
Do you want to build like art or something?
I actually solder.
Okay.
So it's a little of the same, but we're just putting different elements together. So I am
that
by
jewelry and stuff?
trade. Yeah, I'm a silversmith. They call him silversmith,
Yeah.
bench jeweler. I enamel some too. I haven't been able to do what I did, and probably since COVID. Since COVID, yeah, because I had to shut down my studio, but I had a fully functional studio where I was making stuff all the time, and I had
Did you
so
do
much fun.
woodwork too? You like had a
I had some wood
lathe?
elements. I had a lathe, yes.
sorry,
I
yep,
had to
yep,
sell my
I
lathe.
remember.
Yeah. So a lot of my stuff I had to part with, but anyway, yeah. So welding is
Okay.
on the bucket list.
So
just
for art
because
stuff.
You can do, but art stuff.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind welding a ship.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind
That's what I was.
welding
That's
the
what I
hull
was
of a ship.
picturing in my
That
mind.
sounds
Jewelry
cool,
to
right? Yes.
I like
jewelry
it.
to
No, it's
ship,
like
yeah.
oh, the
Love that.
Big
the
dreams,
hired
big
hired me
dreams.
to fix their hotel.
Yeah.
You know what? Welding does take place for the foundation
Yeah.
of these buildings, so yeah.
And then you got people like me that go
Maybe.
into Hyatt's and break it.
No.
Yes, we'll have to re talk about Dick and my introduction. When I first met Dick, I was working at front desk at the Hyatt, and we had all of these influencers come in to see the hotel and
That's
tell
me.
everybody what great things about the hotel. It's such a beautiful hotel, by the way.
Yes, it is
all of y'all
so
have seen it, but
stunning,
anyway,
yeah.
it's so beautiful. And so all of these people came, and Dick was at front desk. He came down for something. I don't know. Was it you wanted to go to the bar? You had a friend, something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, he said, by the way, just want you guys to know, I didn't break the sink. Something happened when I went in. I didn't do it. I just want you to know
Heard that
beforehand.
before.
And we were
Right.
like, okay. And, of course, we're like, no, don't worry about it. We'll send engineering up. But it was so funny because he kept coming down and saying, I just want y'all to know, I was raised to take care of things. My mother raised me well. I don't come breaking things.
Well,
up."
it's one of
the-
we just
Yeah.
thought it was
Yeah,
so
so-
funny. He was so guilty, but he didn't do it.
Well,
Poor
no, it
guy.
was. I go to the hotel and I like to just check everything out.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah,
And it was
same.
one of those sinks that had a fake fake doors on below it. Cause
Oh, yes.
so
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
touched it
A faux
to
door.
see how and it like just goes kink, kink, kunk, and just fell off, and I go whoa, and then because I didn't pull it, I just touched it, and then I was like this doesn't look good. I'm not gonna get away with this one, am I? And
Poor guy. He was
So-
trying. Yeah, he was like, oh my gosh. He was mortified.
because no one
He was
stayed in this hotel
mortified.
yet. This was like the opening,
mortified.
so clearly it was me.
Yeah,
I was probably the
yeah.
only person that's ever stayed in that room.
And it was probably an installation that had not been quite finished. And
Oh, it
you
was
were,
stripped. I
you
checked
were the
it.
result.
It-
it was. Oh, really?
it was-
oh,
yeah,
He checked to see if it was stripped. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
good.
well, what it looked like was the original
efficient hotelier.
cabinet was they did a makeshift change so he couldn't open it because you used to be able to open those, and so they tried to like basically screw it in, and it was stripped, so it just was hanging barely on a stripped screw, and it wasn't meant to be like that.
Okay.
But it fell. It was hilarious. It's like, oh, I'm in trouble now. And then I got in trouble later because I was smoking a cigar.
Oh, you
So-
didn't smoke
Inside?
it outside?
Yeah, I was by the pool, and the pool closes at 10 p.m.
That's normal.
Yeah, we do have
Quite
rules now.
normal.
My
It's so
friend.
funny.
Quite normal.
Before
That
this
is
conversation started,
my
Dick started
wrong
talking
audience.
about all those rude people who expect certain
It-
services.
well,
Dare
yeah.
I say?
Oh, 100%.
I have been in that.
Yeah,
club.
I looked
Okay.
around. I'm like, "You talking to me? I'm the only one out here." And they
That's
closed
too
at
funny.
10, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
tried
it's
to.
fine. I'll
we-
shut it down. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got it.
Let me stub it out. Let me
Yeah.
stump that stogie out. Okay. But other than that, it was a great
That
experience.
was great. I loved
right?
it. No, I loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I loved it, and
Cool.
it's just funny to me because I always find myself in scenarios like that where, like, I don't intend to be a problem, but then it's like, wait a second, where's there a sign? Like, oh, there's no sign. I'm like, well, I don't feel bad for not knowing that then, but I'll leave after I finish the cigar.
Yeah.
After I finish.
Sit down with me.
Yeah.
Ah,
Too
yeah.
Funny.
So
Funny.
It's really interesting. I think I've met everyone through in this room through some feature of Hyatt. So for
Yeah.
Velvet, her wedding was at our hotel, but
Thank
I think I
goodness.
met you initially because of the wedding room block, and that's one of the things I specialize in. And then we had bad weather. Your wedding venue ended up flooding. And
Yes.
so we were
Yes.
able to do a last minute wedding for her
They
that
called
ended up.
me on
I heard
Friday.
it was
Saturday was the
beautiful.
wedding.
Wow.
I immediately text
Where-
Shay
where
and I
was
like,
this at?
SOS. This was at the lake house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
behind the Hyatt.
Yeah, in Grand.
Yeah,
It
that
just
really was
became a
flooded.
lake
Yes.
lake.
It
Yes.
actually.
Not a lake
yeah.
house,
It
a
was
lake
horrible.
I've seen it. It was pretty
unbelievable.
gnarly.
Yeah.
They called me Friday. I SOS'd Shay saying, help.
We
because
were, yeah.
my husband was freaked out. I was like, okay, I go into a mode of who do I know? Who have I met?
Yeah.
I have her number. I'm calling her.
Oh, that was really nice because
Yes,
we were
so they
able
saved
to,
me.
at the last minute, pull a few strings. We had a space available.
Absolutely, thank
It turned
goodness.
out really beautiful, I hear. I
Yeah,
was not
it was.
invited. No, I'm
They
only
were
kidding.
great.
I'm only kidding.
No, it was
But yeah,
great.
that's
Yes.
awesome.
That's
That is
so
awesome.
cool.
JoJo, I met you through Cherie.
Yep.
Cherie is kind of she is our business travel sales manager, and she goes to all of these networking events. So I met you for the first time at your own networking event.
Yes, girl. It was so fun.
Yes, we
Yep.
had a great time. Mr. Larry, again, Cherie introduced me to Larry, and you had done several things with Hyatt and just us opening, and he also came to the Hyatt Black launch, and we've kind of been friends. Oh, and Bing, we've
Absolutely.
known each other through
Yeah.
Bing as well.
Bing
So yeah,
as well,
yeah.
yeah. And it's been a true pleasure.
Absolutely.
cultivating our
What's
relationship.
Bing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what is Bing?
Bing
Like the
is.
search engine?
Kathy would love
No,
this.
no, totally different.
Kathy would
yeah,
love
let
this.
him.
So Bing stands for Bridal
And Event
Events
Networking Group.
It's a networking group that she came up with over 20
I'm
years
not-
ago just because.
No more wedding talk. We're not
Yeah.
talking about weddings anymore.
Ooh,
I-
what's going on?
I know, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like my
Are you
girlfriend's
looking?
watching.
That's
I don't
not
want
what-
him to get any
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. Oh, I
Are you
see.
looking?
Got it.
yeah.
He's definitely probably getting there. That's why he's. Are you trying to slow us down?
No.
You want a wedding?
From the
Is that what you're saying?
inevitable from happening?
Oh no, I'm not dating anybody. I'm totally single.
Y'all hear
Okay.
that?
Just-
Click the link below.
Yeah. Just wedding
Is
talk is boring.
available. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, off of wedding talk. But yes, I do specialize in wedding blocks. We do offer that as a courtesy at the Hyatt Regency Conroe, which is, we're one of the only hotels that does that. So I'm just going to plug that real quick.
As you should. It's fabulous.
Well, I know one thing y'all wanted to, there's 2 events you guys are doing for fundraisers for GLAD and then also for Net Levels doing a kind of a, I wouldn't say a competition, but it's like 100 businesses sponsor and then
Yeah.
that money goes to already chosen basically
Nonprofits,
nonprofits.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, JoJo. You have 100 businesses, you're trying to get 100 businesses.
Yes. Right now we have 50 businesses. We need 100, so only need 50 more, which is a very, I feel like, attainable goal because we've got plenty of time. It's not till October 22nd. We had a bunch of nonprofits apply. Only 3 made like the final cut. And each of these 100 businesses is donating $100. So then we have $10,000 like grant money. And out of these 3 nonprofits, they're all going to, like, at this event, talk a little bit about what they do and how they affect our local community. And then your ticket, you get to vote for your favorite one. So the first place is going to get $5,000, second place will get $3,000, and third place will get $2,000.
Oh, you're not going to have them fight?
Yes, no, we're going to have them in a ring.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Pillow fights.
Yeah, pillow fight would be hilarious. Or like dodgeball.
We're going to get them in big sumo
Dodgeball.
wrestler outfits. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Dodgeball would be fun.
No,
I
maybe
do like
next
that.
year.
Yeah.
This year, the people that are going to fight are the 2 piano players. We
Oh, that's
booked
right.
entertainment.
You're at Two
Okay.
Tones, right? Is that
Yeah,
what-
yeah. So we booked entertainment. The venue is just for us ourselves, and we're inviting owners of nonprofits like Velvet. She can come for free, but if you are not, give us $100 so we can give it back to the community.
Yeah.
We'll have the big fun little fake checks and stuff, and it's a really good networking opportunity for like different small businesses because it's just like a amazing group of people. You know what I mean? Like it's I'm excited.
That sounds amazing.
It's gonna be fun.
Sounds fun, yes.
What
We hope to do it every year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is the first year.
Yes, this
And-
is the first year.
And where did this thought come from? Like,
This was not me whatsoever. This was, I sit on a board of directors, and our director of philanthropy, Brandy Williams, she had a similar fundraiser she attended, and the way they said it was like 100 men who give a damn. And I think it was something about like veterans or something. And then it was same concept, like 100 people donate $100 and then they get $10,000.
that's cool.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that idea.
So I
That
want
is
to
kinda
start
cool.
doing that every year because part of our network is we've got 3 pillars: building, growing, and serving. And the serving one is my personal favorite. I really enjoy like getting in there. You know what I mean? So like this is our fun, fancy one. But like we built beds earlier this year. We go out to downtown Houston and outreach to the homeless. We do school supply drives and give it out to the kids and run VBSs and stuff. So like you don't have to have money to give back. But this one, you do.
It's gonna
But, you know.
it's gonna be at Two Tones, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the place called Two Tones.
2 tones.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the Woodlands?
Yes.
Yeah, I know
It's like
exactly
right
what
off
you're
Is
talking
it
about.
should, is
Behind
that
Whiskey
considered?
Cakes?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
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 I know
yes.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's
is
a
that
super
considered
cute-
Shenandoah? Okay.
I don't
Place.
know. Who knows? It could be
Who
Conroe.
knows?
It could be Houston. Like
I just say
know.
Woodlands
just-
or
it's-
45.
It's just called Two Tones.
Or 45.
Yeah.
It's
Click
a
the
fun
link.
place.
Yeah.
Click the link.
All right, Velvet. And I know Glad's doing an event coming up,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Our foundation is doing an event at Tarango's. It's a dry shooting range. So basically, it's a fundraiser so we can help bring kids to the camps in 2025. And it's anybody can click the link to go to the event to register because I need to know how many people. And also, Bayway Cadillac, they're actually donating a basket for our silent auction. So there are going to be silent auction, and I do have 2 shooters to beat. It's going to be Scott Harper from the Conroe Chamber
Okay.
and Jake Freeman from the Conroe Noon Lions Club.
Okay.
So those are your shooters to beat, and it's going to raise money to help.
So
the
what is
mission.
this place? Is it like a training facility or is it like laser
Tarango's.
tag?
So it's actually a dry shooting range, so it's not live ammo.
Yeah.
It's a laser, but it's the gun feel, and they have targets. They have
So it is
animal
like a,
shooting.
I've never
skunk
Okay.
heard of
shooting.
that before.
okay, I know. Okay, I was
Yes.
like, at first I
It's
thought
in
you were
the
talking
Conroe
about laser
outlets.
tag or something, but no, you don't point guns at
No,
people.
So like,
You're
walk
in your own
me,
lane.
walk me
Okay.
through it. I sign up. I'm instantly a shooter, or I'm signing up and I'm just going to the event. Like,
Going
what
to the
is?
event.
Okay.
We have sponsors. Russo's is going to be having
Yum.
food there.
Okay.
And then it's just silent auction, fundraising, just to have fun, network, talk to people, spread awareness.
I love
So I
that.
can't shoot.
You can shoot.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can shoot Scott Harper.
You can't shoot.
No,
Or you
'Cause
can shoot
I'll
the
pay money. I'll
targets.
pay money for that.
It's
No, Lone
laser,
Star
so it's
Community
not
Radio does
real.
not condone violence.
Put the blurb in.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what when
So-
you said there's the man from the Lions Club and Scott. I was thinking to
Yes.
myself, I was like, okay, so are you shooting against them and their
Yes.
scores, or are you
Yes. You
putting the
have to
money
beat
to
them.
wins?
Oh, you have
Yes,
to
you have to
Okay.
beat them.
And then if you
there's
beat
gonna be a
them-
prize at the end.
Okay,
So
love of a
yes.
good prize.
Yes.
What's the
So-
prize?
Love a good prize.
Well, that is to.
You have to
announce
show
when
up
you
to
go
find out.
there.
Okay,
Click the
I like
link.
it. Click the link. All
Click
right.
the link.
And when is that happening?
August 29th at 5:30.
Okay,
Cool.
fair enough.
That's like Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday, sweet.
Thursday night. Yes.
I'll put that in my after.
Yes.
Yes, it looks
Okay.
like we'll
Well-
all be in attendance.
Well, we got all the business out of the way. That was nice. Is there anything else going on with you guys that y'all want to talk about?
Larry hasn't talked much
Who wants to
about
talk about their
209.
feelings, Larry?
Oh, Larry, can people hire the photo booths for like after hours stuff? You're like, tell
They
me,
can
what's the mo-
definitely hire a photo
what's-
booth for after hours.
well, like, what's the risque thing going on?
We've definitely
spicy
in our
one.
Yeah.
experience
Okay.
we've had some pretty interesting after hour stories.
Because photos last
and obviously
forever.
some after hour photos.
Yeah.
People kind of forget that someone's going to see the photos on the
know, I
other
love
end.
it.
But we decided just to kind of steer away from that. That's not our target anymore because of the safety component. For example, we set a photo booth up. It was an Airbnb, and when we went over there initially, the apartment it was like a townhome.
Yeah.
In the Woodlands area. So
It's nice.
it
Yeah.
starts at 9 p.m. It's a 16-year-old birthday party for a boy.
At an
so we get-
Airbnb?
Airbnb, yeah. So his parents rented the Airbnb, invited his friends over, the whole nine. So we get there, we set up,
the
everything
hell?
looks okay. Fast forward 3 hours later, we come back, it's surrounded by police.
Oh no.
Surrounded by police. So we're obviously like extremely worried, not only for our equipment, but for the guests and the clients
Yeah.
that decided to utilize our services. So we passed the police officer, and they had pretty much asked us where we were going because they thought that we were a part of
Yeah, I
the
can see it.
festivities. And we simply let them know that, no, we're going to pick up our photo booth. And he's like, you're not getting in there anytime soon. We're about to break down that door. There's guns and weed. And
It's 16.
it's 16
Oh,
years
no.
old. Yes. So long story short, we didn't get the photo booth back until maybe about 2.5 hours later.
Oh,
At least you got it
and
back.
we did not hear from the client
I know,
anymore. No
right?
one was there.
Oh,
It was
wow.
just insane. So for safety
right.
reasons, we decided that we're just going to stay out of the nightlife altogether.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or Airbnb.
Or Airbnb.
But you have inspired me. That's what I should do for my birthday. Just go get an Airbnb in town.
Sick.
Stop
You
it.
can do whatever you want.
So funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say 2.5 weeks. They 2.5 hours.
Well, no, I
Either
thought
way.
I thought he was going to say the police need it
Like,
for evidence
seized it,
because
yeah.
they have photos, and it's like,
That's
tell
where
you, it
my
was pretty
mind went
smoked
to.
out.
It was like, oh my gosh, there's pictures on there, and like, what is that implication for y'all? No.
Yeah.
No
Kind of
thanks.
liability.
Yeah.
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 Fortunately, we didn't have to get involved on that side. I was
Thank
just
gosh.
grateful
Yeah.
that no one was injured, no one
Yeah.
was hurt. Like, 'cause
you're such a professional, Larry.
Have to
I'm,
be.
just,
He really
I'm trying to. I
is.
wanted to say
Have
some
to be.
jokes. I'm like,
Really
this guy ain't
is.
gonna go for it. This guy ain't gonna go
He
for
might
it.
meet you in the middle. He might meet you in the middle.
I mean,
There you
it
go.
sounds like he'll come bail you out. That's how dedicated he is to his
Absolutely.
clients.
Absolutely.
You know
Larry.
what? There is a funny story about that. Not necessarily a bailout, but he did help me out one evening. Actually, after the Hyatt Black launch, silly old me, I saw that light on and I was like, I forgot about it. The gas light came on. I went all the way downtown, came back, and my car started slowing down. And I'm like,
Nice.
great. Anyway, and I had a guest with me that I picked up.
No, you
for
didn't.
This thing.
Girl.
And I was like, okay, who is coming this way? Who? I thought of Larry because I was like, okay, he lives up here somewhere. He probably hasn't passed me yet. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
hoping that he would pass me en route. And he came, put gas in my
Look at
vehicle.
that.
Aw, that's awesome.
That's
Helped us
amazing.
out, and
Did
I
you-
was just like,
hey.
so yes, he is a bell
Larry,
outer. He
did-
is a bell
Good
outer.
relations.
Did you do like a Zelle request from her for the gas?
You
Not
better
yet.
not
I want
have.
to. That's
No,
the
sir.
real. I want to know.
I do owe him.
No,
I do
sir.
owe him.
Okay.
Yes, seriously.
No,
it was
chivalry is
crazy.
not dead.
It was.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
No,
Thank
you don't owe him. He doesn't think that of you.
I don't
But
think that at all.
He's been
and
he's been
He
trained well.
was
He's
so,
married. I
he
can
was
tell.
so sweet about it. He was
Yeah, I
like,
could
16
tell.
you know,
years.
he,
16
yeah.
years.
16
But yeah,
years.
so he is a beller outer. I know from personal
I
experience.
like it.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
Girls and gas, you know. I don't even know why we should have to pump our own gas anymore.
I bet he would charge me.
Hmm?
I bet he'd charge me.
As he should.
It's a bro code.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he
probably
would.
would have to be.
Code.
I would charge you if you called
I know,
me.
bro code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would bring you the gas, but I
Yeah.
would also say, okay. I
Hey,
need
that
it.
was $8.
I would look at him calling me on the
It
phone
would-
and go,
it
"I'll
might
deal with
not-
this
You
tomorrow."
wouldn't have to pay me back in cash or gas, but maybe something in the future.
Coffee
Yeah.
or something.
There you go.
Coffee? Oh no.
No,
I'm
no,
thinking
no.
something else.
Something,
No,
yeah.
yeah, something
Just let me smoke this cigar.
impactful.
Stop it.
Maybe.
Cigar
We'll see.
again.
We'll see.
Well, it was
Jeez.
definitely a terrifying.
I know he was
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
he's like
'cause-
it is scary out here. That was
Yeah,
too funny.
she was on 45.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Side of 45. So
yes.
there was, and it was right after you merge on 245, and you know people are going 90
No,
on
ma'am.
45
Right.
regularly, and it was raining that day too.
Was it raining?
Of
Yeah.
course
I
it
don't
was.
remember. I don't
Yeah.
even
Yeah, that
remember.
feels-
So I got out
cloudy
there
day.
and putting the gas in the car, and just
It was
the
like-
wind,
You go,
you know,
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
shaking
Funny.
me and
It's so funny
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the person I was with, her and I were just talking the whole time. So yes, we were insulated from all of that. I really appreciate your
yeah,
help.
it was something different on the outside. of
Yeah,
that door.
because he was
Yeah.
like, "Y'all get out of here, go get gas right away. It's scary out here." So yes,
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. But he is a beller outer.
I like it.
He's a stand up guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you get that from? Who like your mom? Who's
You know
the
what? I would say
influence
my
in your
entire
life?
family. Like we didn't
Aw.
have a whole lot growing up.
Sure.
So what we did have was love for one another. So like
That's great.
coming
Oh, that's
in, you
amazing.
hug, you speak to everyone. Like
Mm-hmm.
we just really valued that type of stuff. We weren't
That is
very
awesome.
very materialistic
Mm-hmm.
family. So like acts of service
Mm-hmm.
are part of our love language. You know, so it never anything that I can do, I will do, and that's not just from a personal perspective. That's from a business perspective as well,
Mm-hmm.
and that has really just turned into so many blessings for my
Yes.
business, and so many doors have been opened that I know if I hadn't been living this type of lifestyle and having the pillars of honesty, integrity, and transparency as our pillars in our business, if I didn't have that, these doors wouldn't be open and I wouldn't be receiving as many blessings as I do with the
That is
business. So.
Again,
So
I love
amazing.
that.
So
Professional.
good to hear that. I know. Wow.
professional.
Yeah.
I'm
great.
brought to tears. A little bit of tears going.
Larry, I don't like this.
Hey man, hey, it's
Here, do you want to sit over there? We don't need you anymore,
Yeah,
Dick.
we're
Bye.
done.
Have
Okay.
fun.
Well, let's wrap the show up, guys.
Yeah.
The morning mingle.
Morning mingle. Wow.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Larry. I think no, it's funny how you find yourself in those situations where you're like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't want you calling me. I'm just kidding.
Too
I'm just kidding.
much. Dick is so
For me, it
funny.
depends who it is, because I used to be Larry, but like without boundaries.
Mm.
Like
Well,
I would at my own
see,
detriment.
I have
You
a
know what
gas
I
can in
mean?
my car, so I would have just gotten gas. That's my thought.
Yeah, but
Because-
you're not. You know.
But then
we're
again,
just-
I get it.
we're not worried about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I was like, I don't like depending on people.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So,
I can appreciate
get
that.
but I'm gonna get Larry's phone number. That's
yeah,
for sure.
same.
He
Same.
will
Yeah.
definitely help you out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
I love the 3 pillars though that you just mentioned because I feel like in life that should be the way you perform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it transparency,
Honesty,
integrity.
integrity.
I say
Yeah.
you gotta hit them.
I
Anyone
mean,
that you're associated with, you gotta hit them
it's-
with honesty, integrity,
you
transparency.
can't build a
Yeah.
foundation without those things.
Yeah.
You can't.
Absolutely.
Not a meaningful one.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can, but it's
you
going
can
to come out.
Yeah. So I appreciate
Saying.
those.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Those are exactly some of the reasons why I am at Hyatt, because I looked them up and I wanted to know what type of company. You know, you just don't want to work for a company. You want to work for a company that has value, you know what I mean, and values its employees and things like that. So that's definitely something that spoke to me. But anyway, just speaking about your pillars, I just kind of brought that up. I don't know. I feel like you can't really build any kind of strong foundation, a lasting foundation, a meaningful foundation without those. And so I don't know. I don't put my time or stock in anything that does not provide that. So, I mean, I don't know.
And what are you doing in Conroe? I'm just kidding.
I am
Ba-dum,
here
boom.
to teach by example.
I like it. We
Ooh,
need
yes,
it. We need it.
queen.
Sometimes you
Okay.
sometimes
love
you
it.
just have to
Yeah.
show people by
Yeah.
doing.
Oftentimes.
Straight
Off.
in your
Yeah.
crown.
Most of the times.
Yeah.
Really all the time.
All the
All
time.
the time. Yeah.
All the time.
Okay.
Even when it's hard.
Even when it's hard.
Well, that's when you have to dig in, really, to be quite honest. People
Yeah.
don't make it easy for you to be you and be your authentic self sometimes, and so you just have
put a
to.
smile on your face.
Yeah. Well, you
And
just
people
still,
can't be mad
yeah.
anymore.
That was actually
they
I'm
can.
glad you said that, because
Why?
that's one of the reasons that we started this. My wife and I started the business is because my background is business development. I
Yeah.
did it in the payment space for 15 years globally, and being African American in all white, predominantly male environment, it was so. And I'm from Huntsville, so population 30,000, and most of those are inmates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a lot of diversity growing up.
Yeah.
So being put into that world, that environment, I felt like I had to wear some type of suit or be this type of person
Yeah.
in order to be as successful as my counterparts. And I got tired of not being able to be my authentic self
Yeah.
and be who God had designed me to be. So this business allows me to do that.
That's
it allows me
awesome.
to be 100% at all times with everybody that I meet. And it's
Sure.
just so life-changing when you don't have to. It was difficult, you know.
Yeah.
So doing that and just being myself, and it's been such a blessing, and I'm just really excited about all of the things that are happening with our business and with these service offerings. We now offer photography. We started off just one photo booth, and now we're offering photography, event videography, DJ services. So it's
so
really
cool.
growing. The team is growing as
nice.
well.
And you know, Larry, you did not say what you're doing for Hyatt this week, and I didn't even know that this was going on. So we're having this type of internal Women at Hyatt at our hotel, and Larry was called. No. Actually, is it a bar? It's something going on, and Larry offered his services at no cost, and I didn't know that you were going to do that, but that's much appreciated.
Hyatt has been a phenomenal example. The brand has been a phenomenal example of where I'd like 209 Photo Booth Company to be
I see.
soon, you know. And you guys continue to support everything that we do, and I don't ever foresee not being a great partner and really making mountains move whenever we possibly
Sure.
can in order to continue a prosperous partnership.
Got it.
And that's one thing that's very important with all of our partners. We don't just call other businesses our partners, our team our partners, our vendor partners, you know, so it's our nonprofit organizations, we're partners. Anytime we have a client, that's our partner.
Yep.
And partnerships, they have to be mutually beneficial, you know, and there's give and take on both
Absolutely.
sides. So if we have to take a little bit of a loss here to help you guys succeed, especially with your employees, it's an employee recognition.
I
event.
think so, yeah.
Yes, and the last one that we did with Hyatt Regency in Houston turned out so
Really?
well.
Did they
Yes,
do
it
something
was-
similar?
It was awesome. JJ,
Oh,
you know,
he is absolutely.
he's amazing.
No words. I
He's
really have a
amazing.
lot of great
And they
things
did
to
get
say
a chance
about
to
him.
honor him at that employee.
Awesome.
He wasn't
Okay.
there, unfortunately, but he got the news, and he
Okay.
was all over LinkedIn. So
Okay.
just a phenomenal.
Very nice.
phenomenal-
Yes. He
Yeah,
has
so-
put together. He helped with the Hyatt Black launch, and
Absolutely.
it was just, again, celebration befitting, again, of kings and queens. But the way they put it together, they were so thoughtful when they put the panel together and the things that was discussed. We all needed to hear it. So,
Absolutely.
it was pretty amazing.
Yes, it
Pretty
was.
amazing.
And we captured it all. So if y'all want to see
Very
pictures or
nice.
video from
He
it,
has
just let me know.
examples.
That's really cool. Something, when you were talking about, I see myself like being with the Hyatt from this side of the table, it looks like you already are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a perspective thing because, like, you've seen it, you've been in it since day one. But I just met you today, and it's like, whoa, I'm blown away impressed. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much.
So, like, you're already walking the walk. You can talk it, too. You
And
know?
we, I don't want to take up all of the time, but just the reviews that we receive after every event, like, that's probably one of my favorite, parts of the job is seeing how much of an impact our small little part, because, photo booths, they're typically an afterthought. It's
Sure.
the last thing on the budget, so
Sure.
I'm constantly talking about pricing. So that transparency thing with pricing, we have updated our website to where all of our pricing is listed.
Sure.
You don't have to search and find and wonder. And that was one of our goals for this year, is being easy to do business with. And that's from a client perspective, partner perspective. And that's just really what those pillars, again, honesty, integrity,
That's awesome.
transparency.
That is
And
awesome.
I'm so excited about the GLAD Foundation and what you all are
Yes.
doing and how we
Yes.
can contribute. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the first time that I heard about hemophilia was, I think his name was Ryan White.
Yes.
So I was in, I think, 8th grade or 7th grade, and I heard about his story, and
Yes.
that stuck with me. And could you share a little bit more about
Yeah,
it?
Who is Ryan
tell me
White?
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually was a spokes child. His mom still talks about him. Unfortunately, he passed away during the whole time of bad blood because back in the day, you'd get blood transfusions and they were tainted. So that's, that whole story. Luckily, they've evolved. In 1993, when my son was born, he had synthetic factor. So this way, all that horrible stuff that happened in that past is now, moving forward in the right direction.
That's
So it's
wonderful.
saving lives. Kids and adults are living a lot longer. But unfortunately, it took a life of somebody near and dear to the community.
Thank you. That's good information.
That is.
Yes.
And foundations like yours are the reason that advancement is happening and those changes are happening for
Yes.
those individuals.
And, and that's the other thing, too, is paying it forward. Like you said, your cheers and everything. And it's just paying it forward and being that person that says, you know what, I'm going to make a difference.
Absolutely.
Some way, somehow, how can I do this?
So why did you choose camp? Because, like, I'm a camp kid. I could tell you all the stories, but why were you like, okay, this demographic of children, students, what made you pick camp? Like, I love it. I just want to hear,
Yes.
like, the inspiration behind all that.
Well, I think it's more because my son and my nephews all went to these camps and they
Yeah.
all had fun. They learned so much. They learned that other kids are like them. And also they form a little community and little friendships and stuff that you're not alone. And they gain independence because at these camps they learn to infuse themselves.
Wow.
And that's how my son learned by going to these camps.
Sure.
I mean, I was doing it from birth until he learned how to do it. And now he's 31 years old and doing it himself. Phenomenal son. And so basically that's why, because it gives these kids a chance to be a kid. Go swimming, go to archery, ride a horse, all this kind of stuff that regular kids go to. But they can go there and the parents can know that their child is safe because they have nursing staff.
That is
Yeah,
amazing.
that's amazing.
We talked a couple of weeks ago. Velvet came to the hotel just to talk about GLAD because she'd sent me some information and told me to kind of pass it along. And we sat in the library of the Hyatt Regency Conroe, and she told me all of this. And I'm hearing and asking her the similar questions that you are. What made you do, why are you involved in this? What made you
Right.
do it? And it was just so, to me, hearing about your father did it. hearing the passion about these kids. You want them to feel normal. You want them to advocate for themselves, to be able to be independent even though they have this. And so we were talking about it, and I was like, you need me to tell other people about this organization so that, you get the funding and these kids get to go to camp. So I kind of fell in love with the whole story behind it. She did it in honor of her father. She has a son and a nephew that have experienced that, and
3 nephews.
2, how many?
3.
3 nephews. So I just was like, okay, I want to help. What can I do? So she was like, well, you can do this, this, and that. And I was like, okay, what do you want me to call myself? So that when I call these people, they're not like, who? So just like, okay, you can be the.
It's like, you just do you, because
Yeah.
I have a lot to do.
Got it. So,
any
yeah.
help is great.
Any help.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And speaking of that, I'm just going to plug this. The Hyatt did want to make sure, the Hyatt Regency Conroe wanted to make sure we kind of donated to the cause. So this is a gift certificate for $100 to the Conroe, the restaurant within Hyatt Regency
very nice.
Conroe.
Oh, it's so
and
nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really great. And so
Chic.
that is for you to use for your fundraiser on the 29th to raffle
Oh,
off.
I
So
appreciate
that
that.
was
Thank you so
what I
much.
Oh,
was
I
able
love that. I can't wait to
Yes.
win
Yeah.
that on August
I love
29th
it.
at
August 29th.
Their
Tarango.
food is
Yeah,
Tarango's
click
at
the link.
5:30.
Have you guys been able to eat there?
No, I haven't. Well, we toured it once, and I
Okay.
wanted.
I got kicked out of there.
You got kicked out of
That
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me
Kicked
at
out.
all.
Or you couldn't bring, yeah, that's right. You couldn't
Yeah.
bring we do have
I'm just kidding.
designated smoking areas right outside in the ditch.
I'm like,
I'm
you
just
know who
kidding.
I am?
In the,
Yeah,
in the grass over there. No, I'm kidding.
I've eaten there several times. It's really good.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really great food. Chef Christian Brady, head chef, he comes up with these masterful recipes, just updated their recipes for banquets so we can service people who come in. So delicious food. So
Cool.
yeah. So whoever wins is going to be in for a treat.
Yes, I am. Can't.
Oh, that's so
There you
funny. I
go.
love that. I love that it's you,
Yeah.
JoJo. I love that it's
manifesting
you.
this for myself. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And 100% of the proceeds outside of administrative costs go
Sure.
to the cause.
I love
Nobody's
that.
paid. It's all volunteer.
Wow, that's amazing. Very cool.
I don't know. I feel like we
Well-
have some really great people in this room today.
Yeah.
Including
and,
you, Dick.
I know. I'm the greatest.
Dick, tell us a camp story.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
One that you're allowed to say on air.
Yes, please.
That's the first time I tried dip. was
Really? At camp?
Yeah, at camp.
Did
yeah.
you get like so sick to your stomach?
Oh yeah,
just
the
worst,
older
isn't
fellow
it?
was like, "Hey, put this in your mouth and run as fast as you can." And I was like, "Okay."
You got it, dude.
And then I just fell over,
Sure. Yeah.
and it was great. I
Yeah.
was throwing up everywhere,
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
and I
I'm
looked
so
up and I
glad
was like,
I
"Am I
used
cool
to
now?"
camp.
Yeah.
Did you do
Pretty
any
much.
pranks?
What?
Did you do any pranks?
Ooh,
That's what the kids
You
love to
didn't do
at
any
these
pranks? Pranks are the best
I mean,
part.
really, the one time we ever did like a big prank was like on the counselors where we take out their shampoo bottles and empty it and put something else in it.
Like,
Classic, sure.
So, but we don't know what we did. I can't think of like a specific time what we put in it. It was just like, let's just change it up. And then
yeah.
we did that. And then,
See, these kids like putting like frogs or snakes in the luggage
Yeah.
of the kids, so when they go to grab something,
Yeah.
they get
Okay.
something squishy.
we put
No.
we put like one cabin. We snuck into the cabin, somewhat like at the competing cabins, and we
Sure.
took all their lockers and put it all on the roof.
That's funny.
And so that was
I
kind of
like
fun.
that.
And then
Sure.
yeah.
she said sure.
We'll allow it.
So that's about it. But I do want to remind folks we do have links to everything that we talked about today, especially the 2 events for the net level and then also for GLAD. And then I have links for 209 if you want to contact Larry for an event. And the same thing with Shay. We got the Hyatt. And if you have a wedding, talk to her.
Or if you
Definitely.
have an event, or if you want to come and eat at the restaurant, if you want to come to our bar, I mean, I can help
Yeah.
with all of those things.
I like all those things. But again, thank you guys so much for being on Mornings of Lone Star and
Thanks for having
sharing what's
us.
going around in the community. Guys, we're going to get back to the music. If you want to be a guest on the show, reach out. Just visit us online at irlonestar.com, and we'll see you guys later.